Paul Joy here. Welcome to my show. Today, I want to talk to you about how to be hyper successful as a mortgage loan originator. And it's not rocket science. You don't have to be overly smart. You don't have to be an Einstein. You don't have to be a genius. But what I'm going to share with you today is pretty simple. If you do it, you do very well. Probably heard of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a simple book. In that book, you see the guy who is not terribly educated, living the life of his dreams, and his kids are doing what? Living a more beautiful life than the parent or the man who has a PhD but has very little money. Okay. This concept I'm going to show you today is going to change your life if only you listen. It's not rocket science. Not rocket science at all. Look at those guys who are playing basketball. How much time do they spend playing basketball? What else do they do? How long is a basketball game? Doesn't take that long, right? They play during that time and they make a whole boatload of money. Yet, the rest of us work 8 hours, many hours, and make very little. That is about to change. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life. Today is the end of your regrets. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life. And I'm going to show you something very simple. You probably heard about the 80-20 rule. Or today I'm going to say the 20-80 rule. The 20-80 rule. 20% of what you do will produce 80% of the results you want. 20% of your time will produce 80% of the results you want. But the key is this. You got to find something that you really, really enjoy doing. That's the key to success. So that when you do it, it's second nature. What do you really, really like doing? Be very, very good at it. And guess what? It will generate you the most money. Okay, look at Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry, I'm sure he loved doing basketball. His dad was a basketball player. His mom was another athlete and stuff like that. So he grew up learning from the parents. He developed a love for basketball and he perfected the skill, right? I'm sure he sacrificed because he had a vision. And then today, he spends very little of his time producing massive results. And because he succeeds, the whole world conspires to see him succeed even more. But that's for another day. Today, I want to talk to you about 20% of your time will produce 80% of the results you want in life. But to do that, got to do what they call the triad of awesomeness. The triad of awesomeness. What does that mean? Like a cycle, three circles. There's one place where they interject. That is your circle. The triad of awesomeness. That's only 20%. This is stuff peripheral. The center of those three circles, that is what you should concentrate on. Okay, so what does that mean? One circle is what you like doing. What do you like doing? What do you really enjoy doing? The other one is basically, are you good at it? Are you good at what you do? And the other bucket, the other circle is basically what brings you the most money. Like I said, go back to this guy, right? I'm sure he has some other skills. Stephen Curry, LeBron James, all these guys. I love basketball. I don't know about you, but I love watching it. I don't play basketball. I'm not tall enough. But who cares about that? What I care is basically I learn a lot from them. These guys, they find something they love to do. And guess what? They become so good at it. And guess what? That brings them the most money. And that's why they get these huge, massive contracts. Somebody's 24 years old and has a contract for $500 million. Somebody's 24 years old, has a contract, for goodness sakes. These guys are only 19 years old, some of them. And they have contracts that have massive amounts of money. And the average us, what do? That's about to change. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life. You can make massive amounts of money as a mortgage broker or whoever you are. All you got to do is a little. But today I'm going to talk about you as a mortgage loan officer, MLO. There are only 4 things you need to do. You only need to work 4 days a week, not 7 days a week, 4 days a week. The other day I was reading how Stephen Curry, Joel Embiid, and Kevin Durant, they play for 40 minutes, whether or not they play basketball. Whether they play 40 minutes, guess what? Whether or not they play, they're making $700,000 per game. Whether or not they play, $700,000 a game? And that's only from basketball. How about those endorsements and things like that? Do not fret. Do not regret that you're not one of them. You're in business, and the sky is the limit as a business person. Your life is about to change by these little nuggets I'm going to share with you today. What do you need to do? 20% of what you do will generate 80% of the result you want to get. 20% of what you like to do, you're good at, will generate 80% of the results. So this is what you're going to do Monday. As a loan officer, what you have to do is basically, you are going to set up appointments with real estate agents. And I'm going to talk about all kinds of real estate agents. I'm talking about the big guys, the whales and the tuners. You are going to set up appointments. You spend 3 minutes and you're going to talk to at least 13 agents. The tuners and the whales, the fat ones, the ones that are very hyper productive. And guess what? You just gonna acquaint yourself with them, and you'll say, man, I see that you're pretty successful, you're doing very well. And when you succeed, the whole world conspires to see you succeed even more. So I'm here to help you succeed even more. So I hope you don't mind spending some time with me over Zoom or coffee, and I could learn about you. And when you meet them, what are you going to talk about? About them. Let them talk about themselves. Let them talk about themselves, their aspirations. You talk about the flock. That's what that means. You're going to talk about their family. You got to know about them. Maybe they have kids, they have a dog, whatever, and where they live, and stuff like that. You know, you get to genuinely interested in their success. You're overly obsessed about their success. And you want to give them VIP, ultra VIP service. So you want to find out about their family. You want to find out about their what? Their recreation. So, I mean, you have being on vacation. You want to find out about them, right? Because maybe they're working. They don't have time for recreation at all. No, life is not about work. It's about enjoyment. You have to live life to the fullest. So you want to find out about their recreation. Maybe you'll be able to help them out, right? Maybe you may be able to help them out to create some time. Maybe they should not be working 7 days a week. No. And so the next one is basically you're going to find out about their goals. So again, you are just setting up these meetings to meet up with each. And you want on Monday, you need to talk to at least 13 people, right? A conversation with at least 13 agents who are highly successful in their trade. And your goal is to actually get to know them and help them succeed even more. All right. So what do you do on Tuesday? What you do on Tuesday is fairly simple too. So let's say you're working on some transactions. when are you most significant as a mortgage loan officer? When are you most significant? You are most significant during the transaction, not before the transaction, certainly not after the transaction, but during the transaction. You are the most important person at that time. So your call is very important. Your email is very important. Your text message, your updates you're giving to all the key players. We talk about the listing agent, the buyer's agent, the buyer, and even the seller, the title companies, all these key parties. Your call, they're waiting for it. Because during those 30 days, during those 21 days, you are the most important element. You're the most important personality. You're the VIP. So your call is very important to them. So use that opportunity not only to give them updates about that transaction. You know, you're the pilot. You are the pilot of that transaction. You are the pilot. Have you taken a plane and then the pilot comes and jovial and just like, man, welcome aboard, and you know, the weather's nice today and blah, blah. It's going to take you 2 hours to land, you know, and we expect the flight to be really nice. And when you land, it's smooth. When he takes off, it's smooth. When he lands, it's smooth. How nice is that? Especially if the flight is long, like flying from California to Asia. And he lands, they give you nice food and all kind of stuff. He assures you every step of the way what's going on. You are the pilot during that process. And you got to make sure that you exceed the expectations. You got to make sure that you are informing them that what's happening, that there are no surprises, that you are there, totally committed to the success. You are them. You walk the extra mile. And as you do that, what happens? As you do that, man, they'll be thrilled. They'll be thrilled. And they'll refer business to you. But why don't you ask them? That's why I call Tuesday. Just ask. You should be able to ask them during that time, do you know anybody who might be thinking of refinancing right now? Anybody who's thinking of selling right now? Anybody who may need to refinance or might want to sell or might want to do something, invest some property. Don't keep me a secret. That's what you got to tell them. You are the most important personality during the process. Use that advantage, not only to wow them, but to ask them for a favor. Not before, not after. Certainly during. Now, that's Tuesday, right? You learning this? Good stuff here? Okay, great. Now go to number 3. What do you do on Wednesday? Okay. If you've been in business for some time, you probably have some past clients. This is a time for you. Every Wednesday, they should expect a call from you. You should have at least 150 people on a Rolodex. If you've been in the industry for some time, you should have 1,500 people in Rolodex. So what do? You know, you got to, you know, these people know other people, right? You got to ask them for business. You got to find out, again, the fraud thing, right? And maybe you even use this opportunity to say, hey, when can they grab coffee with you, right? When they have time to grab coffee or do a Zoom, just find out. You don't want to find out about the family, how's the family doing? You're generally interested in these people, right? How is the family doing? What have they done this year? Have they taken any vacation at all? Have they taken any vacation? If not, maybe time for you to sponsor that vacation somewhere. Sponsor that kid. Find out about a kid. Are they playing basketball? Are they playing football? What are they playing? Soccer? How are they improving? I mean, we like to talk about the kids and about the dogs and cats and whatever. Find out, you know, about their sports. You know, maybe take them to sports. Take them somewhere. You know, or ask them, yeah, you should know about their birthdays, some stuff like that. You should know about these people's birthdays. You should know, okay? And then the next one is basically find out about their occupation. How are they doing? How's their job? How's the company? Their company is doing very well? Yeah, good. Find out. Let them talk about these things, but just a fraud, right? We talk about family, recreation. We talk about their occupation. The next thing you talk about what? Is the goals. What are the goals in life? What are the goals? Have you changed? Maybe you know about the goals. You want to know more about the goals. Maybe they share their goals with you in the past. Hey, now's the time for you to refresh. You have to be genuinely committed to these people. And if you do that, you know, this guy really cares, right? And then by all means, don't fail to ask. Man, I'm still looking for business. Or in our case, we want your clients not to remain clients forever. Say, man, am I going to do good? Am I doing a good job? I mean, what would you say on a scale of 1 to 10? Have I been a good MLO? How would you say that? I mean, this is for my boss. I want my boss to know. Okay. What would you say? How am I doing? How did I do in that recent transaction? And I want to improve, continuous improvement of our processes, continuous improvement of our process. I want to always improve myself. Man, maybe I'm an 8, but I want to be a 10, maybe a 10 plus. And I need your opinion. Okay, and would you please tell other people about me? That's, you know, this is how I earn my living. I really want to make people happy. I really want to make people joyful. So if you don't mind, don't keep me a secret, please. And by all means, let's have some coffee. Let's go play some ball. Let's go outside. Let's go hiking or something. Become friends with these people. You gotta be friends with them. And that's what you do on Wednesday. That's what you do on Wednesday. Really, your past clients, right? And let's go back to Monday. Okay, you're gonna talk about you're talking to real estate agents and you just set up appointments with them during the week. If you really become very, very interesting, these people become friends. Nobody's gonna tell you in the right mind that they don't want to become friends with somebody that's really nice. If you're genuine, you know, if you're genuinely fascinated about people and you have the best interest of heart, there's absolutely no way that anybody can tell you that they don't want to be friends with you. Absolutely no. It's impossible. And you do that on Tuesday, you wow those people doing that transaction, you wow the agents, you wow the buyers and the sellers, you wow the title companies. There's absolutely no way that they're not gonna become your friends. He is making friends. That's what it is. Today I was thinking about, Paul, what's the title? Chief Inspiration Officer. Can you also be Chief Inspiration Officer, right, of your business? And for us, what I teach you is basically those clients, and not just clients, you want them to be, they want to be partners. Okay, you don't just want, okay, I mean, how long is somebody going to remain your client? How about if they became partners? How about they became like you? How about if they okay, you want them in that transaction, and guess what? You want them so much in that transaction that they want to be like you. Most people don't like their jobs, but you love your job. They see you smiling all the time. I remember when I was in Taiwan, I was smiling. People think this guy's not real. I had no stress. I had very little stress. I was always happy. That's why my name is Paul Joy. Really, that's why my name is Paul Joy. Okay, can you do the same thing? Can you make your life less stressful by just becoming friends with people? So that business becomes second nature. Remember what I said? 20% of the things you love to do and you're so very good at them will produce 80% of the results. So why don't you become so good at this thing that you've chosen to do? It's all about people anyways. Why don't you become so good at people? Those guys who play sports, do you think if they didn't have any fans, they'll be so good at what they do? No, the energy comes from their fans, and the fans, because they make the fans feel good. Yeah, that's my team. That's my team. That's my team. That's why we fly from here to go and watch, you know, the Raiders play in Vegas, and you fly. You pay for that flight. People do that, right? They pay for the flight to go somewhere to just go and watch the team. They say when you succeed, the whole world conspires to see you succeed even more. Why is it so different for us? Okay, for us, as I'm, see, you can be so good at this. I can be so good at this by putting people's needs first. Zig Ziglar said, "What if you give people what they want, they give you what you want? All things being equal. If you're generally committed to people, if you're generally in love with people, if you exceed their expectations, if you're so nice, if you're good, and they feel it in the guts, they feel in the heart, that you're really genuine, they'll sing your praises. They'll want to see you succeed even more. So you might even need to ask. They'll give. Because they know you're so good. But in this case, really, they want to become like you. You should make them partners based on what we're building here. Because you should not be depending only on your own production. Your wealth is not dependent on your own efforts. Your wealth is determined on the efforts of other people, and that's for another day. But today we're talking about what to do Monday to Thursday. So I haven't talked about Thursday. So Thursday, what are you doing? Okay, let me recap. Monday, all you do is setting up appointments with realtors that you maybe never met before, okay, but who are key players in your marketplace. Okay, realtors who are key players in your marketplace. So what you do is basically, these are called whales. These are called tuners. These are fat fish, fat cat, or whatever. Okay, these are ones that are hyper successful. But your goal to set up those appointments with them is to make them even more successful, right? And then by making them so successful, you become successful yourself. They refer you all the business. They refer you all the business. Maybe they already have somebody they're referring business to right now. It doesn't matter. You are going there to take over that business because you're not there to be average. You're there to be awesome, to provide them awesome service. And when you provide them that awesome service, they will come to you. They'll refer people to you, and they might become like you. They might want to get their license, right? So that's Monday. Tuesday, you're talking to people, the key players in the transactions you're handling right now. And if you're handling 4, 5, 6 transactions, that's a lot of people to talk to. Every Tuesday, that's what you got to do. Give them updates. Give them updates and tell them every Tuesday I will call you and give you an update. That transaction should only take 4 weeks anyways, so they will not be tired talking to you. Of course, you're the most important person, so they should be talking to you. Really. They come with a smile. They come with good news, not bad news. But even if the loan doesn't go through, it is still good news because you're talking to them. You're the pilot in a transaction, you're that flight. And I said, okay, Wednesday you talk to past clients. Find out how they're doing. Find out how the kids are doing. Find out how everything is going. How's the job? Everything. And then Thursday, okay, look, you're going to have what? New listings are going to hit the market. New listings are going to hit the market. So the new listings that hit the market, you're going to know who's a listing agent. So you're going to call them, congratulate them. Man, I'm so proud of you for what you're doing. You're just hitting it. And I'm here to help you do even more. So I'm going to make your life easier this weekend. Are you doing any open houses? How about I produce some flyers, some killer flyers for you? How about I produce a website, free website for your listing? How about I advertise you on social media? How about I interview you about your listing? How about I interview you about a listing? You don't mind talking to me via Zoom or meeting me in person. Let's talk about your listing. How about if I give you pre-approvals, right? How about if I give you pre-approvals, okay? You know, you have some people are looking for pre-approvals. I can give pre-approvals. How about this? How about I give you scenarios? Okay, you listed it for $1 million, right? Okay, give you a scenario where somebody puts down only 5% down and their credit score is 700. Or somebody puts down 10%, their credit score is 700. Or somebody puts down 20%, their credit score is 700. How about if they don't have full documentation? How about if they just have bank statements? How about if an investor buying that property? How much do they need to put down and how much is it going to cost them? What's the rate going to be like? How about you educate them how they can sell this property, maybe even double in that deal? How about becoming genuinely interested in them? How about that? You see how simple it can be? It doesn't have to be rocket science. It doesn't have to be complicated. So keep it simple, stupid. You know that acronym? KISS. Keep it stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. It's very simple. Life is not supposed to be complicated. It's not supposed to be complicated. 2 hours a day, doing those things I've just told you, just 2 hours a day, doing those things I told you, will produce 80% of what the result you want to get. Will produce 80% of the results you want to get, and suddenly will produce what? The lifestyle that you want to live. What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Do you want to live a third world lifestyle in a first world country? Or do you want to live a first world life in a first world country? How about that? Because if you do, you have the life that you've always craved. You have a designer lifestyle. And when you become successful, you are going to attract a lot of people to you. And those people will want to join the company and hear what we formed or what we have in place with that. Anybody that you bring to the company, you get residual income as long as that person stays with the company and produces results, phenomenal results, just like you produce phenomenal results, or just like you produce phenomenal results. See, success begets success. Adam and Eve started this planet, right? If you believe in creation. But today you have different kinds of people, right? America 400 years ago didn't consist of 300 million people. But today America has different kinds of races, or race, I would say, for me it's one race anyways, but different kinds of color, skin color, heights and all kinds of people live here. But that was not the case before. So what we're trying to build here is create a company where people are overly committed to the success of their clients. And because they exceed expectations, to walk the extra mile, guess what's going to happen? People are going to be overly attracted to them, and they will cheer them up to be successful even more, and will go the extra mile or go the extra step, because those people will not just be fans. Well, not just one fan, we want them to be key players too. It's not like basketball where people, okay, you only have those fans and only those players going to play. For us, everyone can be a superstar if they want. Everyone or anyone who wants to be a superstar can be a superstar. You know what? Because we will teach you what we know. We will convert you. Your heart will be changed, transformed, totally transformed, and be like us. We want you to be like us. We want our MLOs, our mortgage loan consultants, to be super obsessed about the success of their clients. But as they move on towards that goal, that mission, those clients will become like them, right? Just like Adam begat those kids, and those kids begat other kids and all that stuff. And now we're all kids, right? You, when you're so good at what we're teaching here, right? Your clients are not just going to be your clients anymore. Some of them will want to be like you, want to change lives. Most clients, what they do, I mean, they make $80,000, $90,000, whatever, even $100,000. What if they could make that amount of money in a month? Would their life change? What if you could make that amount of money in a month? Would their life change? Could you then have that property without any mortgages? Or could you have a vacation home somewhere else? Could you work less? Could you have more people? Could you change the world and make it a better place? I'm excited about what you're able to accomplish. What you accomplish here with us. We're on a mission to live a designer lifestyle, just like the basketball players. Ever thought when they fly second class? No. They don't fly economy class, they fly first class. The food they eat is first class. Okay, the homes they live in, first class. And yet that these kids are young. None of them are less than 30 years old. when the last time you saw a basketball player who's 40 years old? They're all very young and they live this lifestyle. The key is that they do only what they enjoy doing, and they make themselves so good at it, it becomes second nature. Why is that not the case with you and I? That today is the beginning of the rest of our lives. And next time I'm going to talk about how you make sure that when you're spending those 2 hours talking to people, you're not answering the phone. You are not looking at emails. You are not texting. Just like those guys, when they play basketball, they are not looking at emails. Nobody's visiting them. Nobody's visiting them. Nobody's, even somebody texts them. They don't have the phones with them. They're overly committed to that moment. They're there to excel. So why is that? When you are making those calls, that you still have the phone with you, or you're looking at emails, distractions, or people are coming into your space, that should not be the case. But that's for another day. Thank you so much for watching. I'm here for your super success. Super success. This is Paul Joy. Thanks again.